All right, guys, hey y'all. This is my first time canning with my Presto pressure canner and cooker. And so I have already done everything, to get it in preparation. I'm canning chicken today. And so what I'm doing right now is I just sealed my canner. I turned I'm cooking on an electric stove, which is probably going to be a little bit different for me with the heat. So I'm cutting it up a little bit. But what I basically did was I went ahead and I'm basically waiting on this to start venting. And once it starts venting and it gets up to my pressure, I'll go ahead and add the regulator on here, which is the this little weighted device. So this is my first time using this, you guys, using the Presto pressure canner to can chicken. I have some chicken thighs in here and some chicken legs in Kerr mason jars. And I don't know what I feel right now. I just want to make sure I did everything right. The only thing I'm concerned of is this little piece here. That little white piece, like in the book, I wasn't 100% sure. I know here's an example of it right here. And then if you go over to another side, it shows you what it's supposed to look like. The white pressure gasket. But see how this black thing is supposed to represent the cover, and this is in the middle. So does that make that in the middle from the top or in the middle from the bottom? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too complicated about this. But the way that it is sitting on this thing, it just doesn't look like it's screwed on there right, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about. I don't know if you guys can see it, if it'll focus. Yeah. So that's it, you guys. This is my first time. I have only been doing high acid foods, like making jams and things of that nature. So I did that in the Ninja Foodie. So I was doing those in the foodie, like basically water bath canning, and it came out well. I did carrots and things and stuff like that. But now I'm ready to do meat. So I have my video on of my lady that I watch that has basically taught me how to can, because I have watched every last one of her videos. So that's that. I'm basically just waiting on it to start venting. For those of you that might be new to canning, venting is basically I'm waiting on this canner to heat up. I'm waiting on the pressure to start rising, and then once it does that, after after a certain amount of time, I think it's like 10 minutes, then I can go ahead and put my weight on here. So that's the only thing that I have right now for you guys. I'm going to have to wait until this pressure builds up on here to try to come back and show more. But thanks so much for tuning into this video, because this is definitely going to be my first but not my last. And I'll be back when the next thing happens. Peace. Okay, so it has started venting. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this regulator on here. It's my first time doing this, y'all. Don't talk about me. It's hot. Damn, how do you do this? Okay. So you just put it on there. It didn't say to twist it or anything. Alright, I hope I'm doing this right. Okay, you guys. So now if you can see, it's moving. It's almost up to 5 pounds. So once I put that regulator on there, it kind of wobbled a little bit for a little while, and then after some time it locked in place, just like the instruction manual said it would. So this is currently moving. Once it gets up to 10 pounds, I shouldn't have to do anything else but adjust the heat. So once this is up to 10 pounds, which is almost up to 5, I will either turn the heat down. Most likely that would only be my only option right now. So once it gets to 10 pounds, do that. So far, that's it. All right, quick thing I want to say, guys. It is important to watch this. It is important not to set this on. This is not like boiling rice. You know, you put it in the pot and then you walk away or go, you know, across the street to the store, do whatever you want to do. This is not that. So it's important that you pay attention, especially during the beginning of this process, because you want to make sure that what is going on is what's supposed to be going on. You want to watch your gauge and making sure, like I'm in Houston, we're not too far above sea level, so my pounds is 10 pounds. You can look it up on websites. You can look it up. I think it's an agricultural website or like a government regulated website. So what I'm going to do now is I'm up to about 8 pounds. I'm going to go ahead and go over there and check on it and see if I need to reduce my heat to keep it at 10 pounds. Okay, you guys. So I'm at 10 pounds on the dot. So what I did is I took my heat from 8 down to 7. Because I don't want it to keep going. If I think it's going to go any further, then I'm going to cut that heat down again. Because it look like it's steady going. So you might want to cut it down a little bit, probably down to 6. That's the thing. When I was watching people do this, nobody was using an electric stove. And that's what kind of, you know, brought concern to me. I was like, oh my goodness. I grew up on a gas stove. So when I moved out, you know, I had to cut it down to 6. I had to learn how to transition when I got to college. All right, so it's moving up. It's at 11, almost 11 pounds. So like I said, I cut it down to 6. And if it goes any further, I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. But I don't want nothing to happen, so I want to keep it at the right temperature. I'll be back in a... Okay, you guys, let me give y'all an update. So with this, you are going to pretty much have to use common sense. So can you see that I'm at 10? I'm probably at like 10, almost 10 and a half. So I had got up to almost 12 pounds. So I kept telling you guys that I was adjusting my temperature. This is not fire, it's electric stove. But see, I'm all the way to 3 now. So I had to bring it down from 8 to 3. 3 is where I'm good at. So like I said, when I was looking for this to see if somebody was doing this on an electric stove, I didn't see anybody, you know, on an electric stove. Because most people who are canning and stuff, they do this in their homes. They have homesteads, and you know, I very seldom see actual people like with pressure canners in apartments. So, and I'm in an apartment. So it doesn't make us care no less about preserving food and canning, but I just needed to see that for myself. So hopefully 3 will be where I need to keep my temperature at in order to keep this gauge at 10. If it starts to fall below 10, I'll cut it up to 4. So if those changes happen, I'll come back here and, you know, make another video and show y'all. I just want this to help somebody, because I had a lot of questions and YouTube helped the heck out of me, you know. So that's it. Okay, you guys, so it's been about 30 minutes since I made the last video, and now it's between 10 and 11 pounds. So what I had to do was I had to take it down to 3. I had to take it down to 3, and then I'm gonna take it down a little bit, back down to 4. It was at 4.5. So I had to take it down to 3. And then the needle went a little bit under 10 and went down to 9. So when it went down to 9, I took it back up to 4.5. Okay. So now it's at about 11 pounds. And I just turned this back down to 4. So I think 4 is a good number to keep it at for now. And so far it's going well. I have like an hour flat left on this, and that's about it. So we will see. I'll show you guys in an hour. We can watch the needle in the back fall down together or something like that. before we open this, because you know sometimes it might take that needle in the back an hour to go down. You're not supposed to ever open this once you get done. You don't just get done and be like, I'm done, and you open it. You wait until that needle in the back falls down. That means that the pressure has left out of the pot. And then we're going to open it. So, like I said, I'm still at about 11 pounds. I just turned it down a little bit. I know going over 15 pounds will probably not be good. I don't want to, I want to stay as close to 10 pounds as I should, because that's my pounds for my elevation. All right. Okay guys, so I have 44 minutes left. I don't want to leave anything out of this video, so I just wanted to give y'all an update. So when I turned it back up to get it steady, now I'm at 2. Okay, so I had to turn it down to 2, a little bit over 2, because it was going too close to 12 pounds. So I had to kind of do that. Now, the lady that I watch on Homestead Heart, she said, make sure you watch this. I just said this because she just said it in the video, but I have to reiterate this. I literally walked across the room, sat down for a little while to start sorting through some inventory, and this thing started going up to almost 12 and a half pounds. So that's that, you guys. What I'm concerned about right now is how much water is still in here, because I put 3 quarts, but it's like if anything regular was boiling, that 3 quarts would have been gone by now. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. All right, guys, that's just a little update of what I'm thinking. I am kind of sort of close back to being at a good 10 right now, and like I said, it's on 2. So I'm gonna keep it there until I need to move it. If I move it again, I'll update y'all. All right, you guys, so the time has passed for it to pressure and cook and everything. My fire is off, aka electricity. It's off. If you can see my gauge, you can see that it is not at 10 pounds anymore. It's at 4. So it's going down. If you can hear that, you can hear some of the pressure escaping. The needle in the back, ow, that was hot. The needle in the back is currently still up. So now I'm just gonna wait. I heard this can take anywhere up to an hour for it to cool down before I'm supposed to open it. I am not in any rush at all. So that's where we are at now. We're currently at 4 pounds and everything is depressurizing, or the pressure is releasing. And we're just going to wait until this cools down and I'll open it up. You guys, I have successfully canned my first batch of chicken. Now, as far as me being concerned about the water, if the water stayed in this can, yay, they're popping. I think that might be the last one. I already heard 2 or 3. The water is still in here. I don't know if you can see it. That water is just as much, 3 quarts on the dot. It's still in there. I was so concerned that if the water was going to be in there. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all take a look at my chicken. Look at that broth. It is very brown. I think it's brown like this, you guys, because I have bone-in chicken. I didn't do boneless, skinless chicken breast. I worked with what I had, okay? So if you can see, it's still bubbling. It's still hot. And I also have, look at that one over there. I didn't put any liquid in here. This chicken made its own broth. I have seasoning in here. I have garlic powder, onion powder. I have dill in 2. 2 of these I have dill in, and I think it's these 2 right here. You can see the little pieces in there. So I heard one of them pop in, not pop as in a bad way, but pop to let me know that it's sealed. I heard the seal before I even opened this up. I think I heard 2 seal. So I'm not going to touch them. I just want to make sure that they are okay for right now. And I'm proud of myself. Like, I'm serious. There is a sense of accomplishment once you've done this, because it's so many steps that you need to make sure you do in order to make this successful. People say it's easy because they have been doing it since they was kids. They nana taught them how, and they aunties, you know what I'm saying, taught them how to do this. And I remember my great grandmother used to have friends come over and talk about canning, and she just was not like, she wasn't on it, she just wasn't interested. And I have been to yard sales and I have seen people selling these pressure canners, and I was always like, I've seen people sell the American ones, the all American, the big one, like the one that people make as their goal. I've seen people selling them, and I've always said, like, what the hell does that thing do? And so now I know what it does, and I wish I would have bought it for like $50 when I was out at those damn garage sales. So you guys, it didn't fail me. I didn't fail it. This looks a little brown if you concerned. It's just because it's probably two pieces of thighs in here, and they are bony, and like I said, they have all that. These were quarter legs that I cut up. So in here I put, these are two thighs. These are two thighs in here, but they were a little bit bigger. And these are thighs and legs combo, and then one of them just has legs. So I'm proud of myself. I'm kind of late in the game. People say that if you just now starting to can, you are late in the game, because they say we already running out of food. But at least I took the initiative to stick with it, to buy this pressure canner. And I'm just going to, every time I get a chance to go get some meat or something, I'm going to do it. Like I said, I've already started. I got carrots and other stuff, and I made other kinds of jams and stuff like that. So thank y'all for listening and going with me on my first time journey of canning. I appreciate y'all. I have no clue how long this video is going to be or what channel I'm going to put it on. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Peace and blessings. Peace, peace.